4 weeks. We have gone into this for 4 weeks. Why is this still going on? As you guys already know, Suzy Lu has pretty much made herself look like the biggest moron on the platform for the longest time right now. Not only does she not understand what the copyright system is, and not only does she keep lying and we keep catching her in the lies, but she still continues to do the same thing. She still continues to be in denial. She still continues to pretty much say that all the commentary channels are hate channels, and if that's not bad enough, she's gone as far as to pretty much try to start beef with an anime voice actress. Oh my god, how stupid are you? How dumb does Suzy Lu have to be to not only understand copywriting or anything from like stealing anime and pretty much re-uploading the full episode and pretty much giving off some really bad reaction to the video, basically robbery at this point, but you go as far as to pretty much try to argue with the anime voice actress herself. Not only that, you're trying to make it seem like you could talk down to her because she's irrelevant. Honey, wake up. She was in Borderlands 3, she was in basically Black Clover, she was in like, just look up her IMDb. She's in so many stuff. How is it that Suzy Lu was stealing so much anime for the past 4 weeks that she does not realize that Rachael is pretty much like, I think I screwed up her name. It's pretty much in every single anime that you could ever think of. I don't understand this. And now she's still going on pretty much trying to say that all the drama channels like Tipster News, John Swan, and everybody else are pretty much just making up things about her. We don't know the full story. We're just trying to spin lies and whatnot to pretty much like make her look bad. But here's the funny thing. She's making herself look bad, because the more she continues doing this and the more she continues to be ignorant and pretty much like keep feeding this whole thing, she's just digging a deeper hole for her career. I don't understand what she's trying to accomplish with all this, all these tweets, all these things that she's doing. I just don't understand it. So for those of you that don't know what I'm talking about, apparently Suzy Lu has been pretty much dodging the anime companies because apparently with everybody pretty much reporting to them that she was pretty much stealing their anime and their content, they're pretty much cracking down and trying to, like, you know, get her to pretty much stop uploading it onto YouTube, to which she's now deleting videos like as we speak. She then started going to Patreon for a bit and started uploading stuff on there, to which that was pretty much taken down because it was being reviewed. And then after that, it was pretty much taken down altogether. So basically she was in violation of the terms and service because she was stealing anime content, redistributing it, and then she was pretty much getting paid for it. So not only is she stealing content, but she's also stealing the well-earned money from that content. So she's not only stealing from the people who distributed it, she's stealing from the people who did voice acting for it, she's stealing from the people who spent hours in the studio animating scenes from it. She's literally like stealing actual money from these people, and she doesn't even care. So of course her Patreon gets deleted. Oh, I'm sorry, excuse me, it wasn't deleted. She took down the Patreon herself. And I'm gonna go ahead and read this because this is still hilarious and just plain sad at this point. Alright, ladies and gents, that's me deleted my Patreon because the VIP is ready. I've got thousands of emails ready, and so we are rolling your invites out this week. Sorry, drama channels, not such a gotcha moment after all. You know, for all the times that she thinks that she's a master genius, you would think that she would improve on her grammar and the way she pretty much formed that sentence. If you want more info on this one, look up Tipster's videos, look up John Swan's videos, because literally this chick, every single time she's been caught in a lie, it just, the best way I could describe this is like if you pretty much caught your 5-year-old stealing cookie out of the cookie jar, you ask him why he stole cookie out of the cookie jar, and then he lies and basically comes up with more and more elusive lies to try to get out of getting in trouble, when really we all saw you take the cookie out of the cookie jar. Imagine Suzy Lu as that child taking the cookie out of the cookie jar, and then she's still lying about not taking the cookie out of the cookie jar. And the more she lies, the more she pretty much tries to quote unquote defend herself, the more she pretty much tries to be standoffish with people, the more she's just making it worse on herself. Like literally making it worse on herself. I thought she would pretty much stop and pretty much just, you know, just admit to what she was doing wrong, because literally every single lie she tells, she's always been caught on this. John Swan catches her, Tipster catches her, literally Everybody is catching her in a lie. And now the funny thing is, she's making it seem like they're all pretty much coming after her just because of the fact that she's a woman. Are you serious? Are you serious? Suzy, you do realize that there are also women that are covering you right now, and they're also saying that what you're doing is really stupid and that you should probably stop. You do realize that, right? Of course she does, because why else would she be picking a fight with women? We are talking about the same girl who pretty much was making fun of Becky Boop's weight. We are talking about the same girl who feels so privileged that she pretty much makes fun of McDonald's workers for wanting better pay and saying that they don't deserve handouts. This is a girl who pretty much steals anime content and literally expects her fans to give her handouts, but she's telling McDonald's workers that they don't deserve handouts. The people that literally go to work every single day, work their butt off in order to make up. It doesn't even matter if it's minimum wage. The point of the matter is that they get off their butts, they go to their job, they work like hell at their job to make money and to pretty much like pay their bills and to pretty much work and make an honest living. Now, I don't care how you look at that. I have more respect for people that actually get up and go to a Wendy's or a McDonald's or a Burger King and actually make money there than this girl sitting down pretty much trying to react to anime that she has stolen. You gotta be kidding me right now. I don't know what in your head makes you think that you are so privileged, Suzy, and the fact that you pretty much think that you are above an anime actress who's literally been in the industry far longer than you've been making YouTube videos, or in this case, she could pretty much pull off more emotion than you can in a reaction video. Let's go ahead and read some of the tweets that she was pretty much answering this person on Twitter. Now, like I said, if you don't know who Rachael is, I'm going to leave her video down below because she goes into detail of what it's like to be an anime voice actress and what the pay wedges is like, and how people like Suzy Lu, who steals content from the anime creators, are basically hurting the anime community. So I'm going to leave that down below, as well as a link to her second video, as well as a link to her Twitch clip where, well, it's a live stream that she did where she was responding to Suzy Lu's tweets. But anyway, let's go ahead and read these tweets. This girl named Michaela pretty much tweeted her, also, you mentioned to Rachael you both were DMCA, which you guys kept arguing was different than a copyright strike. You admitted to her you had received emails from anime companies as well. It was a copyright troll. The quartering that she was trying to say doxed me, but all of this admitted wasn't even true. Suzy responded with, I have no idea who you're talking about. I've never spoken to anyone named Rachael. So you and Stejo were contacted by Rachael Messler. And then Suzy responded, I personally have never spoken to her. I have no idea who she is. And Michaela responded, so Stejo just admitted to her all these things and never mentioned it to you? He said, you guys admitted it wasn't the quartering that who doxed you and that you knew who it really was. So she's just lying then? And yes, this is true. Stejo literally tried to slide into those DMs and he pretty much got in contact with Rachael, pretty much telling her that some of the things that were being told to her, they weren't really true, and he was trying to clear them up. But really, I think he was trying to slide into the DMs because, I mean, look at Rachael. Rachael is just gorgeous, man. This is just gorgeous right here. She's funny, she's quirky, she cusses like a sailor, she's got a firecracker type of attitude, and she's a bombshell. And now look at Suzy. She's one of those prissy girls from your high school that thinks she's all about herself because of the fact that she won prom queen. I think I just described her in a nutshell. Holy crap. Keep acting like everything is fine. It's entertaining. She responds, everything is fine though. LOL. Business is as usual, and now launching my VIP after 4 months of working on it. Yeah, I'm sure you have. People just wish there was drama, but there isn't. Okay, if there isn't drama, then why are there like dozens of videos made on you? Why is there so many evidence around the internet talking about the things that you've done and the lies that you've told and the fact that they have been debunked? Why is it that everybody is literally telling you that the things that you do and the things that you say are literally going to pretty much keep digging a hole for your career? And right now, your career is at the point where it's just dead at this point. Your career is just literally dead because you literally came at a voice actress who has been working in the industry that you are stealing content from. Okay, continuing on. Somebody says Westbill I think pretty much said the drama channels just ended your career. She says, why? Because I deleted my own Patreon? LOL. She did not delete her own Patreon, because if she did delete her own Patreon, why is it that her Patreon was taken down and being reviewed? That is the dumbest lie I've ever heard of in my entire life. Suzy, when's the lying going to stop? Another favorite tweet of mine. What about what Rachael has said? Or the fact that your pattern was under... Jesus, this girl. Or the fact that your Patreon was under review. Or deleting a suspicious video off your YouTube. And she responded, I'm not allowed to delete my own videos off my channel now? LOL. Since when?
How do you function?
Nobody said that you weren't allowed to delete videos off your channel, Suzy, but when you're pretty much doing that, and when all of this is surrounding you, all this controversy and all this talk, it kind of looks suspicious because it makes it look like you're hiding something. I don't know if you noticed that, but you're pretty much giving everybody enough reason to suspect you from deleting these videos. I delete my old content all the time, hence why my social blade looks funny some months. Again, stop fishing for what's not there.
You lie! You lie!
I mean, what's the point of fishing? You literally just sat here and admitted to the fact that you were deleting old content. Like, why? What's the reason? Come on now. Even if you're not going to give it to people who are pretty much suspecting that you're hiding something, at least you owe your fans an explanation for this. Why are you deleting old content just right out of the gate all of a sudden? She says how your Patreon was under review and now suddenly it was really you deleting it. And Suzy responds, can confirm 100% it was me getting rid of it, hence the screenshot, because the service is now on my website as planned. This has been in the works for months. Again, it's no one's business but those who paid for the service. Regards. Okay, you know what? I'm getting really sick and tired of that this whole thing is my business and nobody else's. Look, if you pretty much posted something on the internet, whether it's intentional or not, whether it's for business purposes or personal purposes, it does not matter. When you post something on the internet, guess what? It's no longer your business, it's everybody else's business. Even if somebody had to pay to view the content that you put up there, it is no longer your business. When it's out there and when people see the content, even if they didn't pay for it, it's already out there. So it's everybody else's business. So I don't know why you keep using that same excuse saying that everything that goes on with you or Steejo is y'all business, because it ain't. I know she didn't say Steejo and I know she's mostly talking about herself, but the same rules apply. That's like every single video I post on my channel is literally no longer my business. If everybody can see it, if everybody can comment on it, if everybody can like it, and if anybody can pretty much share it around, guess what? It's no longer my business. It is literally the internet's business. It is public for the world to see. And when people see all the stuff that you're doing and all the stuff that you're pretty much hiding, all the crap that you're basically saying, guess what? It is no longer your business. Just a heads up, I'm deleting a ton of videos from my YouTube channel from ancient unfinished Let's Plays, just in case anyone gives a flying what? And because me deleting my own videos clearly means I'm hiding something, and it very much upsets folks. You're welcome. Well, it doesn't really upset us. It gives us enough reason to think that you're pretty much definitely hiding something. As a reaction channel, I have the least amount of reaction videos. There are anime channels who have been doing what I do since 2015 who get many more views and much more money. Even if that was the case, does it make it right? We're talking about you. We're focusing on you, not everybody else. You're the main focus, because literally you're the type of person that never shuts up or lets anything go, and therefore you keep the whole thing going. This wouldn't be a big issue if you had learned to keep your ego in check, Suzy. Good God. And then she goes on to say, trust me, we are hurting them as much as Let's Plays hurt gaming.
What the hell did you just say?
Did you just compare stealing anime to Let's Plays? Are you serious right now? Okay, I gotta ask this question. How is Let's Plays hurting gaming? And for that matter, Let's Plays are actually helping the gaming industry. You think that if somebody like Markiplier pretty much put up a gameplay of Bendy and the Ink Machine, that game wouldn't have gotten popular? It got popular just because YouTubers were actually playing the game. They were actually reacting to the game as they were playing it, and because of that, it got so popular that the game pretty much winded up being a bestseller. The same thing with Five Nights at Freddy's. The same thing with just about any game that you play and react online. Literally, that's what a Let's Play is supposed to do. It's supposed to showcase gameplay, and therefore it's up to the customer and or audience to decide whether they want to play the game or not. And guess what? We don't steal the games. They're literally sent to YouTubers to pretty much review or do Let's Plays on, or we get off our butts, we go to the store, we buy it with our hard-earned money so we can come back and play the game. Nowhere have we stolen these games, or I hope to God nobody has stolen games, because literally I do not condone that behavior at all. But come on, Suzy, trying to say that stealing anime is the same as Let's Plays? Really? Really? And the next bit of tweets I'm going to showcase to you guys is where she was basically still messing with Rachael Messer. Like, anybody can agree that if you're pretty much trying to pick a fight with a person who works in the industry that you're literally stealing content from, this is basically career suicide. So she goes on to pretty much respond by saying this: the fact that on her Twitter she brags about getting views on Suzy Lu videos, then continues to insert herself into something that's none of her business, just shows her intention are clicks. Her and many others are doing the same thing. No, she literally tried to save your butt when literally you were being called out for stealing anime content. She was literally giving good examples of what you should do to where you're not committing copyright infringement, to where you're not stealing money from the people who actually work on the anime. So what you're doing right now is trying to lump her in the same field as the commentary channels calling you out. She literally gave you a helping hand, and then you went and bit the hand that fed you. And then you say it's none of her business? How is it none of her business, but she's working in the same field as the people that you're stealing the anime from? You're literally stealing from her. Like, how is it none of her business? I'm so sick of that argument, Suzy. Literally, it's everybody's business, but it's most likely her business. You're stealing from her like you're stealing from anybody else who's making the anime that you're quote-unquote reacting to. Of course, I'm getting heated right now because that is the most unbelievable bullcrap I've ever heard of in my entire life. It's none of her business, yet she's the one that's going out there pretty much making money, doing voice work every single day. Are you serious right now, Suzy? I mean, how much of an ego do you actually have? And then she goes on and continues and says, Suzy Lu picks a fight with a girl she's never spoken to. Gosh, another day, another rumor for people to use my name to get some quick cash. You guys are pathetic and actually only surviving because of me at this point. Enjoy it while it lasts. Yeah, this is coming from the girl who's pretty much like killing her own career. And then I love the response after this that says, you do realize that picking a fight with a legitimate anime voice actress can and will get you in a ton of trouble, right? Like, literally, you make tweets like this directing at the person who works at the same companies you're stealing from. You know you're pretty much just kicking the hornet's nest at this point. And then she pretty much responded back by saying, you do realize that I didn't pick a fight with anyone, lol. Yes, you did. You could have kept your mouth shut, but you chose to continue on with this and tried to call her out. You literally picked this fight, Suzy. I don't even know this chick nor ever spoke to her. This person responded, oh, so doesn't matter whether you know her personally or not. She is asking valid questions. Stop dodging them. And then she responded, she hasn't asked me any questions, so how can I answer them? My email is there. She can tweet at me anytime if she's so interested in my work. Are you sure you didn't block her? Because I know you blocked me, and I know Stejo blocked me. You sure you didn't block her when you found out who this woman was and how easily that she could take your channel down just by like one dial to her company? She not only did try to reach out to you, but she's literally in contact with Stejo, to where she shows the picture of Stejo pretty much sending her DMs. She literally defended you both. Didn't assume either of you were automatically in the wrong, which that is true. She didn't. She thought that Suzy pretty much might have not understand the copyright issues. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. Rachael is a sweet girl. Like literally, she's totally sweet and she's cool and down to earth. This is the type of girl I would hang with and play video games all day with. She actually risked her job to defend you. She refused to report you directly to Funimation even after being told by a director. And then I love these responses right here. So your work is making money off of anime companies who work their asses off to put out content for people to enjoy. As a content creator myself, this is even worse than an artist tracing someone else's and passing it off as their own. You sicken me. Another response from Suzy Lu, because apparently she wants to make herself look like the bigger person. They use me because they have a channel dedicated to hating on women. And there's the accusation right there, and I will get into this in a second. Why do you think they jump whenever a female streamer does something controversial? They have an entire fan base of angry little boys who hate women. It's not about how big I am at all.
You serious?
Oh, Suzy. Oh, Suzy. I'm sorry, but the whole playing victim, it's not gonna work here. And obviously that lie is going to be debunked right here, right now. I understand that you can't handle the fact that you're getting criticized by one too many channels right now because of the fact that you just keep digging a deeper hole for yourself. But you do realize that there are other females that are calling you out. Right now, Rachael is calling you out. Becky Boop has called you out. Literally, there are other female YouTubers that have called you out. There are so many people calling you out right now that it's not even just guys anymore, it's females. Because literally anybody can see that what you're doing is infringing on copyright, and only you cannot see that. Or you choose not to see that, and you choose to make yourself look like the victim here. And it's kind of pathetic at this point. I find it funny how a person like this will call people pathetic for calling her out on the things that she's doing. But then when she goes and doubles back and tries to make herself look like a victim, it's kind of funny. It's pathetic, but it's kind of funny. Like, I don't understand Suzy's mindset. Like, she literally had the opportunity to let all this go and to just do her own thing. But because of the false flagging, because of the lying, because of trying to cancel Tipster by saying that he was harassing people on and off the platform, from pretty much flagging down John Swan's videos and any other videos covering her, to pretty much like doing all these sketchy things and trying to dodge all the anime companies that are literally serving her and Steejo copyright strikes. She just keeps digging a deeper hole for herself. Suzy, how do you expect anybody to believe you at this point? You have shown enough proof to say that you are untrustworthy. You are probably like the biggest liar I have ever seen on this platform. Like, now you're pretty much making it to where you're going to pretty much cause a big stir to where it's going to affect everyone. Not just you, but reaction channels, commentary channels, anyone who's getting involved in this. Everybody is now talking about this. This is now going to become a huge issue at this point. But I'm not here to pretty much give legal advice. I'm not an expert on that one. I don't know much about the copyright. All I know is that I'm giving my 2 cents on this one. If Suzy doesn't stop this BS, she is literally going to pretty much like make things worse on everybody else. Because it's already bad enough that what she's doing is hurting the anime industries. And I'm not saying it's just her. It's literally almost every other channel that is doing the same thing as her. But if there's one thing I can say about all these other channels, is that they pretty much realize that, some of them realize that what they're doing is pretty much infringing on the copyright, and they don't want to be in the same position that Suzy Lu is. So they're trying to look for ways that where they can still pretty much, you know, watch anime and give their own 2 cents on it to where it falls within copyright. Suzy, all she had to do was literally just cut it up and change it and make it as transformative as she can. That way it won't be infringing on copyright. She would have been fine and nobody would have said anything about it. But because of the fact that she is so stubborn, that she literally knows nothing about copyright, that she pretty much goes on to pretty much make herself look like the victim, this whole thing is just going to keep blowing itself out of proportion to the point where it's just gonna be a dumpster fire at this point. What's going on, guys? This is Crazy Ken from the future, and there's been some new updates since I've been pretty much making this video. So I pretty much got a notification from Nicholas Diorio on Twitter. I was going to make this the last video I was going to make on her. So Nicholas Diorio pretty much put out a tweet saying, I take that Suzy Lu post as an insult. She's alluded to some serious mental health issues and she blames them on harassment created by my friends. All these guys did was cover a story they disagreed with. This is a clear attempt to slander guys like John Swan. She implies heavily that if she decided to take her own life, the blame would fall on people like the Quartering and John Swan's shoulders. That is a fucking morbid thing to do. So yeah, that kind of lying and manipulating is weaponizing an audience. It is creating sympathy. It does cause journalists to look in and potentially try and bail her out by ruining someone else's life. Don't put your faults on other people and don't place your mental health on them. Nobody deserves death threats, but I get them, you get them, we all get them. Log off and take a break if you can't handle it. It's an unfortunate part of the job. I don't condone, support, or enjoy any threats of any kind. Like, this literally encompasses me. I'm sorry, but I'm not bending on this. You're insinuating this is somehow my fault. How is this not slander? This is just another cowardly way just so she could deflect from the criticism. But let's go ahead and pretty much take a look at her statement. Do you not know how difficult it is to know you did nothing wrong, but every day you keep getting death threats? Every day, people make up more and more ridiculous rumors so they can put your face and name in the title just to profit off of it. So this has been the same excuse that she's been giving for all the criticism that she's getting, that everybody's trying to make money off of my name, everybody's saying this about me, da 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 da. And also, if there are people sending death threats to Suzy Lu, please stop it. I do not condone this, and I do not find this cute, funny in any way, shape, or form. Telling somebody to just off themselves or to just do harm to themselves is probably one of the most disgusting things that you could ever do. Every day people act like I'm the only person in the world who reacts to anything and that I'm somehow the bad one, and because of this, every day people tell me I'm ugly, that the world would be better off without me. And why? Because a couple of boys were harassing me online and had videos removed for it? Okay, I'm gonna debunk this right quick. First of all, Suzy's right. There are people that are doing the same thing that she's doing. But from what I understand, she was the one who was pretty much making $10,000 redistributing other people's content that she doesn't own and making a profit off of it. And another thing, for these boys you keep claiming that are harassing you, you do realize that it's more than just these boys, right? Like, there are females that are criticizing you. There are people that like literally just caught on to the situation that are criticizing you. There is literally people who are working in the anime industry that are calling you out. And I'm sorry if people are calling you ugly and whatnot, but that's everybody else's opinion. I mean, it's the internet. It ain't that serious. And then she goes on to say, so because of the actions of others, I get to be punished every day. For the past 9 weeks, I've woken up to death threats, abuse across social media, and most don't even know why they hate me. People say just apologize and it will go away, yet they don't seem to remember that I literally am the victim in this situation. Yeah, a victim who is apparently stealing anime content and is redistributing it and stealing money from like anime actresses and people who literally spend most of their time animating these anime. But yeah, apparently you're the victim. Sure. I've literally been getting harassed by these people in over a year, and I'm supposed to say sorry? I make content for people to enjoy. I don't make content to make people angry and then go hate on someone else. I don't claim to be perfect, and I've said mean things like everyone has, but I don't go out of my way to bring harm to anyone.
Bullshit! Bullshit!
I can disagree with that one. You literally sent people after Becky Boop. You literally tried to have Tipster's channel taken down under false allegations that have been debunked. You even copyright strike Mark After Dark, and even though that whole situation was pretty much cleared up, people still remembered that, and they remember just how vindictive you are. So I refuse to believe that a girl who pretty much thinks that she's so self-entitled and pretty much enjoys like arguing with random people on Twitter and silencing criticism like any way she can, I refuse to believe that she is somehow the victim in all of this. I refuse to believe this. She goes on to say, the other night I went for a walk alone at 2 a.m. and had no intention of returning home. I just sat in the pitch black alone and wondered, WTF, what was the point in living? I am strong, but I also have my limits like anyone. I've been throwing myself into my work these past few days, and thank you to my fans for being here. I wanted to do a video talking about that night, but honestly I couldn't bring myself to. If there's one thing I want people to take from this, is to be kind.
Oh, come on!
Coming from you, that sounds very, very hypocritical, Suzy. Very hypocritical. You never know what someone is going through and think before you type. I could say the same thing about you. I went through a few days where I turned off everything and just wanted to disappear. Maybe I'll do a video about this, but I don't know. I don't need sympathy. I just want people to remember that we are living in troubling times at the moment, but bashing each other won't bring anyone happiness. Personally, I'm sick of talking about this now, and I'm sick of defending myself against absolute nonsense rumors. Okay, so now you're sick of it. Now you're sick of this. When you had every opportunity for the past 9 weeks to just let it go, to just not say anything, to not respond, to not false flag other people's videos, to not start fights with anime actresses, to not say anything. This is the type of thing that will literally just like weaponize an audience, just like Nick says, because literally she's just taking all this and just throwing in mental illness in order to get herself out of the criticism that she's getting. And to me, that's just the most lowest tactic I've ever seen in my entire life. Like, come on now, you could have just back away from the internet to just take a break. Like, I literally haven't made a video in like days. I haven't uploaded any gameplay footage in days because I was literally, granted, I was at work. I was working throughout that time, but at least I found some time to actually try to relax, try to read a book, try to do anything else other than like get on the internet or get on Twitter every single day and respond to people and try to act like that I'm the toughest chick on the internet. This is complete total BS. But on the very, very slim chance that she's serious about this, Suzy, I hope that you will take this opportunity to get the help that you need, because this is not something to joke about. For real, this is definitely not something to joke about. I would suggest that you just take a step back from the internet, take a step back from Twitter, take a step back from your social media, and just stop. Take some time from the internet, get your mind right, and then come back. That's all I have to say on that one. I still believe that the things that she did up to this point is messed up, and even with that, I don't condone anybody telling somebody to harm themselves at all. But at the same time, using this as an excuse to weaponize your audience, I pretty much don't condone this at all. So since this is going to be my final video, I might as well just go ahead and get out as much of my final thoughts as much as I possibly can. Suzy, throughout this entire experience, you had every single opportunity in order to pretty much try to better yourself, not just as a content creator, but as a person. People don't know me offline, and that's fine. It's understandable. Nobody knows how you really are off the internet and when you're not making YouTube videos. However, the way you pretty much handle your situations and the way you pretty much portray yourself online, that's what people look at, and that's what people are going to judge you for. It doesn't matter if they know you in real life or not, because right now you are literally in hot water. Like, for 9 weeks, you had every opportunity to just stop and to just ignore or to just improve on your content, but every chance you got, you were picking fights, you were false flagging videos, you were pretty much making up lies and rumors, you were pretty much like attacking people who work in the anime industry. The reason I'm making this video is because I wanted to put my own final thoughts out there, and in no way I'm pretty much condoning to anyone harming Suzy Lu of any kind. Do not send her threats, do not pretty much harass her, but at the same time, I can't tell anybody what they can and can't do. If you're going to take anything out of this video, please take it as a cautionary tale of what happens when you pretty much can't admit to your own faults and the things that you are doing wrong. Take this to account for whatever you do, whatever decision that you make, it's either going to help you or is going to destroy you. Look at Suzy's career. She started out as a gaming content creator, but then when she transitioned over to anime, it wouldn't have been a problem if she pretty much followed within the lines of the copyright, but she didn't do that. She just continued to do her own thing, and then when people were criticizing her for it, she tried to silence the criticism as much as she possibly could. And it got worse and worse. And then she started taking money away from these companies and everything. She just keeps making her situation worse as it goes on. So if you were going to take anything from this video, do not follow in her footsteps. It's one thing if you don't understand copyright, or if you pretty much don't realize that what you're doing is infringing on copyright. But going as far as to try to make yourself look like the better person while killing off your career is just a really, really bad move. Like literally everybody said that she wouldn't even be in the situation if she wasn't false flagging other people's videos down, if she had learned to take criticism with a grain of salt, if she would learn to either like use criticism to build her up or just ignore it altogether. But she chose not to do it. So here we are at this point. And now with this, I don't think her career is ever coming back. Like, yeah, she still got fans and whatnot, but what happens when she pretty much finally like does something that pretty much ticks them off? Are they still going to stay after that? I really don't know at this point. And honestly, I don't really care, because at this point, Suzy, if you want to ruin your career, if you want to make yourself look like an even more terrible person, then go ahead. That's fine. I can't tell you what you need to do. Nobody can. But my thing is, you need to take a look back on all the things that you've done that led up to this point and ask yourself, was it really worth it? Probably not. Anywho, that's all I got to say about this video. That's all I have to say about my final thoughts. And again, I am done with this whole Suzy Lu situation. I'm not making any more videos on Suzy Lu. I'm not going to talk about Suzy Lu. This whole video was just me getting out my thoughts and showcasing just how much of an unpleasant person that I think she is. But anyway, guys, that's all I have for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching it, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Be sure to leave a like if you did, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you can get updated for more content. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Anyway, I'm Crazy Kent. I'm out. Peace.